Hello, and we're live. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cindy, and thank you for coming to this math video. I am making a collection of videos on simple math concepts. So hopefully these are helpful to parents and who can help their kids with their basic math problems. Sometimes for parents it's been a while since they have done these basic math concepts in school. And so I'm just going to share with on this video a little bit about basics of percents today. So if it's your first time to my channel, I'd really love it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And this channel is about instructions for math tutorials, as you can see, and some style type videos and just some random videos. I started this channel to do teaching, and I like to teachers about teaching online and general teaching skills, and hopefully I can build up some videos on those things as well. And I just thought I would use this opportunity to bring out some good instruction on basic math skills that are important for every student to know. So I'll try to make the videos for the math tutorials a little under 10 minutes if possible. And this one is about percents, and we see percents a lot everywhere. And sometimes we don't think about how to convert from one to the other. And so here we go. First of all, my last few tutorials were on decimals. So the first thing I'm going to show is I'll just talk about percents. What is a percent? A percent symbol is like this, and it means per 100. Okay, so if I had 20%, that means 20 per 100. For every 100, you got 20 of them. Or, for example, if you got a 95% on a test, that would be 95 per 100. Like if there were 100 questions, you got 95 of them right. Now, if there were only 20 questions, then how does that mean with the per 100? So, like, say I had 20 questions, I got 18 right. And how do I make that a percent? Some of you may know already that you do 18 divided by 20. Another way you could show that is to make an equivalent fraction. 20 times 5 is 100. 18 times 5 is 90. Okay, so that would be a 90%. So you only had 18 right out of 20, but we call that a 90%. So that means if you did have 100 questions, you would have gotten 90 of them correct. So it just compares your situation to the number 100, okay? So we're going to go back now to decimals. What if I had 0.20? How do I change that to a percent? To change a number to a percent, we always multiply the decimal by 100. So 0.20 times 100 is 20%. And any decimal that you have, you multiply it by 100 to get the percent. So that would be 75. 0.75 times 100 equals 75%. If I had 0.50, I would still multiply it by 100 and I would get 50%. If I had 0.05, I still multiply it by 100 and I get 5%. So no matter what the decimal is, you multiply it by 100, no matter what. Okay, so what if I had 0.375 or 0.025? Okay. Every time I have a decimal, I want to change it to a percent, I multiply by 100. Now, multiplying by 100 also means that you can you move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So that would be 37.5%. 1, 2. 2.5%. So multiplying by 100 means move the decimal point to the right 2 places every time, no matter what the decimal is. If it's 0.00275, I still only move it twice. So then it would be 0.275%, which would be a very, very small number. But that's all you can do is move it to the right 2 places. Now, I would like to talk about changing a fraction to a percent. So if I have a fraction like 1/2, okay, some of you may already know that 1/2 is 0.5, which is equal to, multiply it by 100, you get 50%. So move the decimal point 2 places. If I had 1/5, that is the same thing as 0.2. So multiply by 100, it's 20%. 1/4 is equal to 0.25. Multiply it by 100, it's 25%. Now, if I had 1 and 1/5, so that's a whole number, that is equal to 1.2. I move the decimal to the right 2 places. That is 120%. So you can have over 100% as well. For example, if your like population of a town increased, or a school or something like that, or animals, anything like that. If you got over and above what you originally had, that would be over 100%. Okay, so today we talked about changing a decimal to a percent, and we also talked about changing a fraction to a percent. Now remember, any fraction can be turned into a decimal. So no matter what my fraction is, for example, if I had 2/3, I can divide the bottom number into the top number to get a decimal. So 3 into 2, 3 goes into 20 6 times. Oh, look at that. It's going to keep going. So it's 0.6 repeating. Okay, so at that point, you can decide if you want to round off or whatever. So you could round off to 67%. There's your decimal, multiply it by 100, and there you go. There's your percent. So any fraction that you have, you can make it into a decimal by dividing the bottom number into the top number. And that is it for the first video on percents. Thank you for watching and have a great day.